going on, everybody? It is How To Tuesday, and this is the second installment of our knot war. We're having a knot war, a knot battle, like a March Madness style bracket. We've got the double uni went up against the Slim Beauty last week, and that resulted in the double uni winning just by a little bit. So today we have taken some of your suggestions, and we have the J knot going up against the FG knot. And the FG knot is the second seeded knot for some reason. It should probably be in the first seeded knot. I feel like it's the strongest knot there is to tie. It takes a little bit more effort to tie it, but is it worth it? We're going to find out, because that's what we're talking about today, is how to be a better fisherman, and that is to control the controllable. And the most controllable thing that you can do in fishing, you have lots of uncontrollable things, the weather, other things, other fishermen, the fish, the fact that you're fishing for a wild animal that could act any certain way. But the controllable factors are your tackle, your boat, your gear, what time you get there, what time you wake up. Those things are very controllable, whether you know the tides. One of the most controllable things that we have is your ability to choose how you rig your tackle. And that ability to choose how you rig your tackle can result in either breaking a fish off or landing a fish. You can decide that you're going to use the strongest knots possible, and that's great. You can take other people's advice on what the strongest knots are. You can look in books, or you can do what we're going to do. We're going to take this NextTech ForceTester, and this is just like a scale, except one thing is a little bit different, and some scales work like this. But as I pull, when it breaks, it's going to register the strongest, the heaviest poundage that it recorded. So you can do this with a scale by having someone just stand there, hold it, look at it, and read out the number as you break. But this one gives you a little bit more accurate result, so that's what we're going to do. So today, got my two gloves on, we're ready to go. We are going to test the FG knot up against the J knot. And if you don't know how to tie these knots, you can go to my knot course on Waypoint. You can get them there. You can find them on YouTube from other people. You can easily find out how to tie these knots if you're so inclined. So we're using, before I do this, I guess, we're using the 50-pound Daiwa fluorocarbon. That's a good tarpon leader. A lot of people are going a little bit lighter. With this fluorocarbon, we can go a little bit lighter. And we're using the Daiwa J-Braid X8. That's what I call it, times 8. I don't know. Daiwa J-Braid 8. This is the 20-pound. I like the light blue color for a lot of reasons. That's what we're using on all of these knots that we're testing. And what I will do is put this on the ForceTester. I'll reset it down to 0. And I will start pulling. And as I pull, we will get the overall poundage. Okay, I saw that slip right before it broke. That happened, that was 16.77. So you got 20-pound test going to 50-pound, and that broke at 16.77 pounds. That's not really all that impressive. Okay, so what we do when we're tying these knots is I always tie a couple and either take the average or just see if there was an anomaly of one knot being stronger than the other. So here we go again with the same knot, a different version, different tie, and this is the J knot. And we'll pull on this one again and see what happens. Be a little stronger. That one's pretty strong. Glad I have these gloves on. Get a different wrap. Smashing my fingers. Okay, now we can do it. Okay, so pulling. Dang, that one's strong. That was at 26 and it did not break. Okay, so I'm going to give it one more wrap. We'll really pull on this one. This one's going to be tough. 26. I got to reset this. Okay, here we go for the second pull. Dang. That one does not want to break. I got 25 on that one. I'm gonna have to wrap this a little differently. I wasn't expecting that one to be quite that strong. The J knot is a strong knot. I've used this knot a lot for all kinds of things. This one is doubled. So here we go. See if I can break it. Okay, that one broke at 25.81. 25.81 on the J knot. So the first one didn't break very well. I do have a third one here. Let's see what this third one. Actually, it looks good. Looks good. 25.89. That's what we'll call. That's what we'll call the J knot. Now we're going to go with the FG knot. I fully expect this one to be the strongest knot. The FG knot is a knot that basically is a weave. It's not really a knot necessarily. It's a weave. You weave the braid around the fluorocarbon, and it results in a knot that you can cast through the guides very well. So we'll pull on this one. Got it reset. Here we go. Pulling. Again, I'm going to cut my hand. Okay, that broke at 27.4. 27.4, and the knot just came apart. Just came apart. Okay, 27.4. Let's see what another one we'll test. 3 of them here. Okay. Should tie these with 10-pound. Okay, here we go. Pulling. 32.48. So I think it's safe to say that the FG knot beats the J knot, but just barely. Just barely. The J knot was surprisingly strong. If you don't know with the J knot, it's a uni knot with the fluorocarbon and a clinch knot with the braid. I double over the braid and bring it back with that clinch knot, and that tested surprisingly high. But we're going to give the FG knot the nod on this one. So next week it will be the double uni versus the FG knot. That's next week for the champion. Who do you think it's going to be? Tune in next week and we'll find out. All right, thanks for the suggestions. We'll see you next week.